Have you ever stared at a chart and heard it screaming your name, just telling you to open that new position, even though it's going against your current strategy? You see a 𝘠𝘰𝘶𝘳 candle turn green, or you see it bounce off of a moving average, or you see that little flicker of momentum. And you think, yes, this is my moment, this is my chance. Well, that is the moment when most traders lose. Trust me, I have been there. But they're not losing to the market, they're losing to themselves because they are going against their strategy and they're doing something called overtrading. I've done it 100 times. I tell myself, stick to the plan. But then I see a bit of a move, I see a breakout that looks like the start of a rally. My heart starts beating, I get this adrenaline rush, which I'll say is borderline addiction. Logic just completely goes out the window. And before I realize it, bang, I'm in a trade. And I didn't even know how I got there in the first place. And the problem with this is that if you go into a trade where you don't have your strategy, quite often it means you don't have your exit strategy. That is the dangerous part. Last week, I had a great start on Vantage, £220 up. Trump came in, ruined everything, threw a grenade in the stock market. It's okay, it happens. But the biggest problem is, I'll say half of those trades were not with my strategy. Spontaneous trades that I thought were right, and they were not. And sometimes it works. And when it works, you feel invincible. You're like, yes, that's it. I've mastered it. I am now a day trader. But here is the truth. That is the most dangerous win you can have because it teaches you to trust luck. It's not a strategy, it's pure luck. Not because the setups were bad, but mostly because your emotions are untrained. And once again, I still get this. I'm still learning, still developing my skills, have a little bit of ADHD. So when I see something like that and I go for it, as soon as I do it, I realize I made a huge mistake. One spontaneous trade can quite often wipe out weeks worth of hard work. Even if you do have those stop losses in place, it can be a complete kick in the teeth. The US Bureau of Economic Research found that 90% of traders quit within the first 3 years. Not because their systems failed, but because the traders could not follow them. If you have a strategy that works, even modestly, smallest little degree of working, look after it like it's treasure and stick to it. If you're making 100 a month profit, it's fantastic. If you're making 1,000 a month, even better. Don't need to make hundreds of thousands a month like some of these YouTubers and Instagrammers and TikTokers show that they are actually making. Quite often, it's complete crap, especially if they're using platforms where they show their weekly or daily gains. Quite often you can input this manually. It's not connected to your broker. So they could be easily manipulated. The real game here is improving the system. If you have a strategy that works, how can you maximize it? How can you build on that to make it even better? Look at every trade that has been lost in that strategy and see where or why it didn't work. And see how you can improve on that. Do you need to add another indicator? Do you need to tweak the current ones you're using? What do you need to do to adapt or adjust your strategy to make it even better? Because just remember, consistency beats brilliance. I would rather have 3 or 4 great trades in a month than 40 when half of them don't do well. Every trade I have taken that was not in line with my strategy has taught me one thing. It is not the market that's the enemy, it's me and my own impatience. And the irony is, the moment that you stop trying to chase every single setup, the right one will find you. And there was a really interesting saying that I heard a little while ago. Please, I might butcher this, but I believe it's somewhere along the lines of, I don't fear a man who has mastered many things. I fear the man who has mastered one. And that goes, I think, in line with the particular commodity or stock that you're actually trading. I would rather master gold and silver and stay away from everything else and know them like the back of my hand. Everything has a heartbeat. Understand the heartbeat. For me, I trade silver, gold, platinum, and occasionally the SP 500, which I'm now considering getting rid of completely. Silver, platinum, and gold are going to be my 3 things, and I will fixate on them and I will understand them inside out. They will become my lifeline. When I breathe, it will be in sync with those charts. So find one and master it. That's the problem with Forex trading. Lots of different pairs. Why would you want to try and wait for the right setup and the right pair in the day? I tried that and it was horrific. Did not work out well for me, but each to their own. So to summarize, the next time you feel your gut screaming at you, buy now, buy now, buy now, take a deep breath. and take a step back. Ask yourself if it's to do with your strategy or it's just purely impatience. So think long, think hard, take it easy, safe trading, peace.